Welcome to John's Tours. Today's talk is about St John's Gardens. The success of the Port of Liverpool attracted people from all over the British Isles. A population explosion from 77,000 in 1800 to over 600,000 by 1900. More inhabitants meant more burials, and in 1767 a new burial ground was created, followed by in 1784 an Anglican church dedicated to St John. The graveyard closed approximately in 1855 with over 27,000 graves. At the turn of the century, 1900, it was decided to landscape the entire area. A pocket of green inside an urban busy landscape seemed the right thing to do. The old church of St John was demolished and the remains removed. Liverpool at the time was immensely wealthy, but it had a dark side of poverty, high death rate, and unbelievable low living standards. We had living side by side sheer opulence and sheer poverty. The original scheme for the gardens was the work of George Frampton. However, revisions were made by the corporation surveyor at Thomas Shelmerdine that led to Frampton disclaiming any involvement in the project. The gardens were unveiled on the 20th of June 1904 as St John's Ornamental and Memorial Gardens and proved to be very popular. The layout has changed little since its opening. Since its inception, St John's Gardens was the place where the people of Liverpool could celebrate their success and to remember their fallen. And there are two main categories: the good and the great who distinguished themselves in trade, politics, philanthropy, and the caring of the weak and poor, and secondly, the military regiments and their memorials. There are 6 statues, and the first category is exemplified in the statues of William Gladstone and William Rathbone. William Gladstone, born in Liverpool, 4 times Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. William Rathbone, of the famous Liverpool mercantile family, who used his wealth to campaign for improvements to public health. Rathbone paid for Nurse Jones to review and improve the Liverpool workhouse, and notably he established the Liverpool Training School and Home for Nurses. Other notables included Canon Thomas Major Lister, who in his lifetime raised over £1 million for charitable causes, and Monsignor Nugent, a pioneer in child welfare, who started the Ragged School for Boys. The tradition of commemoration of military service continues to be important, and the largest monument in the garden goes to the King's Liverpool Regiment by Sir William Goscombe John. It depicts soldiers from the 1680s to 1902. There are many other memorials, some very simple, emphasizing personal sacrifice, and others dedicated to various different regiments throughout the land. There are many other memorials, some very simple, emphasizing personal sacrifice, for example, victims of road crashes. Just outside the garden is a memorial to the Hillsborough 96, who lost their lives on April the 15th, 1989. The work is by local artist Tom Murphy. The circular design concept is meant to guide one's thoughts to recall all that happened on that so tragic day. The design depicts figures of justice, hope, and loss. The 96 are depicted as free-flying birds, all of whom are listed on the monument. The garden part of Liverpool's World Heritage Site was awarded Green Heritage status in 2003. It is an oasis of peace and tranquility in the middle of a busy urban city. The gardens are a welcoming place where people come to sit, perhaps have a sandwich and take in the atmosphere of peace and memory. In summary, the area that we call the cultural quarter of the city has so much to offer, from the World Museum of Liverpool to the Central Library and the Picton Reading Room, the Walker Art Gallery, the peace and calm of St John's Gardens, and of course the St George's Heritage Centre and the magnificent St George's Hall. Thank you for listening to John's Tours, And if you want to know anything more about my tours, please catch my website on www.johnstours.co.uk.